Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Bundesliga Career Mode. This is episode number 44, and I'm starting today's episode off with a comment I got from Lay Bananas in my last episode, and he said, looks like it's going to be Valente vs Correa for the Golden Boot. Well, I'm not entirely sure he's going to be scoring that many goals, but last season he got 4, and in the first season he got 3. This season he's already got 2 goals in his first 2 games, so right now he's averaging a goal per game. A great start for Cesar Valente. So a question for you guys today: how many goals will Valente score this season? 4 last year, 3 in his first year, already 2 this season, so certainly on pace to surpass those 2 seasons. How many goals do you think he'll score this season? I'm gonna go with 7. I think he will score a couple more goals. I think he'll score 7 this year in the Bundesliga, and we'll go with 7 this season. That's my prediction. But a question for you guys: how many goals do you think Valente will score this season? Because clearly he's got free kicks now, an asset for him. He scored his first in the last episode, so he can certainly bang those in if he gets the chance. And of course, from penalties, he's 7 from 8, his total record, a really good record. So how many goals will Valente score this season? Let me know in the comment section down below. It'll be interesting to see who gets it right. But still, starting today's episode off here, we put in bids for Niklas Süle, the Hoffenheim defender that now plays for Sunderland in the game. He moved there in the first season. We got a deal of £16 million accepted. We offer him a contract, and we shall wait and see what he says. And also, how about this? Marco Reus told Borussia Dortmund he wanted to leave the club and handed in a transfer request, and I was like, oh my goodness, imagine if we could get a budget Royce here, a cut price Royce here, coming to the Box Park Stadion. So I put in a quick bid for Marco Reus. I thought we may as well. He's valued at £34.5 million, but he's got his mind made up. He thinks he's leaving the club. He doesn't want to stay at the Signal Iduna Park, so we put in a bid of £20 million just to test the water, see what Borussia Dortmund would say, and then they came back to us and just said, no, he's too valuable. So I was like, oh, well, that dream's dead pretty quickly then, isn't it? So I was thinking, Marco Reus in the transfer list, yes, he could come to us, but no, that's gone. That's gone. He's not coming to us. He may not leave Dortmund. He may leave Dortmund, but he's certainly not coming to us. But still, Niklas Süle is going to join Hamburg, though, so we don't get Marco Reus. We do get Niklas Süle. He comes in for £16 million, and some of you guys may be saying, why do this? Because Jonathan Tah and Andre Hoffmann were a great partnership last season. They're both 80 overall. They were part of the best defense in the Bundesliga. Well, the truth of the matter is, I want my players to grow, and I've got so many growth problems in this year's career mode. It's so frustrating for me. But Hoffmann's grown 5 ratings, but only through training. Tah's grown 2 ratings, but also only through training. Süle's grown to an 81 naturally in the game, so I'm hopeful he'll be someone who does grow in his Hamburg side, one of the very few players that do grow naturally, and he'll be a really good partner for Hoffmann. So Süle comes in, he'll partner Hoffmann, and Tah will drop to the bench as we make our second signing of our new season.
One area I know they've been concerned about is difficulties from balls into the penalty area. They need somebody to head them away, and here we are with the new signing.
Yeah, he's a player that likes to attack the ball. He doesn't shy away from the physical side either.
And coming into the first of 2 games in today's episode here, we will take on SV Darmstadt, and Niklas Süle would make his debut partnering Andre Hoffmann in the centre-back role. Now, you may be wondering why I've chose Tah to drop to the bench and not Hoffmann. The reason being is really simple. Tah's a great centre-back, no doubt about that at all, but Andre Hoffmann is one of the best centre-backs I have ever used in FIFA, and I can say that for sure. We've only played 2 seasons of this Hamburg career, and I've used so many centre-backs in FIFA, but this guy is just an absolute rock at the back, and he reminds me, if anyone watched this series from me last year, he reminds me a bit of Carlos Zambrano. He's just a really secure defender, very underrated, and his stats seem to lie. He plays so much better than his rating suggests. He's really good. Don't want to drop him. It makes no sense to drop him, so Tah will go to the bench instead, but you will get some game time, don't worry. But Hoffmann will be Süle's regular partner in the centre-back role this season. But still, taking on FC Darmstadt here, who have come back to the Bundesliga after spending last season in the second tier of German football. We had a couple of great chances to take the lead in this game, but in the 33rd minute, we would take the lead, and it would come through Yannick Gerhardt getting his first goal of the season. And it was really funny as well, because whenever I sign a new player to my team, I either give them a first team number if I'm going to use them in the first team, or I give them the number that they wore at their previous club. Now, Yannick Gerhardt wears number 25, and that was Niklas Süle's number at Hoffenheim, so I was thinking, maybe I should give him the number 25, but I didn't want to take away 25 from Yannick Gerhardt, so I said, I'll give Süle the number number 26 instead, keep Yannick Gerhardt wearing number 25, and I'm glad I did as well, because clearly he was pleased about that. Banged one out from range and got to celebrate with the substitute. So Yannick Gerhardt scoring the goal, saying thanks for not taking away my number. What a fantastic strike, his first goal of the season, and it's Hamburg 1, SV Darmstadt 0. So we'd had 9 shots at the break and 4 on target. We were looking so strong, and to be honest, I was a little bit disappointed going into the break, knowing we'd only scored 1 goal. And in the second half as well, 30 minutes after the restart, we had another great chance here. Julian Brandt denied by a good save by the goalkeeper as he got down to his left-hand side at his near post. And in the 63rd minute, another great chance. Angel Craig gets played through here, takes it around the last man, gets inside, puts the shot wide, the post and behind for a goal kick. So another miss there from another great chance. And the final chance the game would fall here with 11 minutes to go. Valente rolls the ball out towards Yannick Gerhardt, the goal scorer. He finds Luan off the bench, through to his South American colleague Correa, who scored 3 in his first 2. Can he score once again? Well, sadly not, because the goalkeeper makes an unbelievable save and keeps it at 1-0. So the game did finish here at the Volkspark Stadion. Hamburg 1, SV Darmstadt 0. We get the win, and I'm pleased with that. It's 3 wins from 3 to start the season off, our best start from the first 3 games ever. But I gotta be honest here, how we didn't score more goals, I've got no idea. 14 shots, and I think it was 8 on target as well. We were so good in that game. We had more possession, so many opportunities, and the fact we only scored 1 goal, I'll be honest, was a little bit concerning, because I've said so many times before in this year's FIFA, I struggle to score goals. I struggle to put the ball in the back of the net. I'm pretty good defensively, but scoring goals can be a problem for me. And when you're taking 14 shots, and again, I think it was getting 8 on target against a pretty poor side, let's be honest here, we should be winning that game by far more goals. We should have scored 3, 4, possibly even 5 goals in that one. So to only scored 1, I was pretty disappointed. But either way, transfer deadline day came after that, and deadline day was very uneventful for us. Nothing really happened at all. We just watched Marco Reus leave Borussia Dortmund and not come to us, obviously, and also Granit Xhaka leave to Valencia. It was a pretty quiet deadline day for most clubs, including us. We did absolutely nothing, and in the end decided to end the transfer window there. So the summer transfer window ends, no signings on deadline day, no sales on deadline day. We spent £41 million in this window on just 2 players, Dani Carvajal and Nicolas Saul. And I've got to say, I'm very surprised at myself at this, because if you've been watching me for a while, you'll know that whenever the transfer windows come by, I just go mental. I sell and sign as many players as I possibly can, and I just try and, change this side as much as I can in the window. But in this transfer window, I sold 4 players, 2 of which were, players we weren't really using in Ronstadt and Poraf. And also we sold Nikolai Müller, who was out of contract come the end of the year, and also Fabinho to Milan. That was our only major sale, if you will. And to have only signed 2 players in Nicolas Saul and Dani Carvajal, I'm quite surprised, because at the start of the season I was considering, bringing in just loads of fringe players really to give us a lot more squad depth, but instead we've gone the reverse way. We've gone the wrong way. We've reversed it. We've sold 4 players and only bought in 2. So actually our squad has got thinner than last year. And I said that squad depth was an area of concern for me. I haven't, tried to get rid of that concern and try and make sure that it's not going to be a worry for me by signing more players. No, I've signed 2 and sold 4, and I've made our squad even thinner. So I've gone the wrong way, really, haven't I? And I'll have to wait and see whether that proves to backfire come the end of the season. But I guess I just trust the first 11 I've got, and we've been relatively lucky with injuries in this season, in this series, I should say. We've had a few per year, yes, but nothing too significant other than Leroy Sané's little injuries here and there, nothing too major. So yeah, I'm hopeful it'll be okay, and I'm hopeful we'll be fine. But still, you saw our Champions League group a minute ago there as well. We've got Real Madrid, we've got Club Brugge and Lyon. So a big side in Real Madrid in the Champions League. But against Club Brugge and Lyon, I fancy our chances of getting wins in those games at home, and possibly points away from home too. I think we should be favourites to qualify alongside Real Madrid. I certainly can't see us topping the group. Last season we finished in 2nd place, Arsenal topped the group, Benfica finished in 3rd, and Red Bull Salzburg finished in 4th. If I was going to predict how the group would finish, I'd probably go Real Madrid top, Hamburg 2nd, Lyon 3rd, and Club Brugge 4th, but we'll have to wait and see. And again, having a thin squad could potentially see us make that group a little bit more difficult than I first anticipated, but we'll have to wait and see. But still following out a couple of World Cup qualifiers with Brazil, but just before that, you would have seen as well, I sent my scouts out to Brazil and Germany. Now, you may not have seen this come the end of last season, because I did go past it pretty quickly, and I don't think I mentioned it either, but I did decide to buy another youth scout, a 5-star experience and judgment scout as well. I guess I just really want to try and get a couple of good youth players into this Hamburg side, along with the ones we've already got. Cesar Valente, of course, the main one, and also Yannick Strobel looks pretty decent, and he will get some game time this year in his first year of professional football. So I want to try and get some good youth players in, and sending one to Brazil, the country we're managing, and one to Germany, the country we're in. We'll have to wait and see whether our scouts picks up some good players, and hopefully they will. But as I said so many times before, as much as I loved youth scouting, and I really enjoyed it back in like FIFA 13 and 14, ever since then, it's just got really subpar, and it's been way too hard for me to find players that ever do well enough to be good enough for the club in a starting role in years to come. But still, we'll have to wait and see. But for our second game of today's episode, the second and final one here, we will take on Werder Bremen away from home back in the Bundesliga after the international break. And unfortunately for us, Werder Bremen would take the lead in this game and take the lead 11 minutes before the break as Ujal was played forward and made it 1-0. He had the first chance of the game, so we knew it was dangerous, but didn't really mark up in the centre. And once the number 21 was played forward, he was 1-on-1 with Cesar Valente and smashed it in to make it 1-0 to the home side. And of course, Werder Bremen are our rivals with Hamburg. They're our rival team. And of course, whenever we face them, whenever you face your rivals, whether it's career mode or not, you want to get the wins. So taking them on here away from home, the perfect start to the season, 100%. So far, the only side in the Bundesliga to be 100%, 3 wins from 3. I was expecting us to follow that on here and make it 4 wins from 4. We're yet to lose to Werder Bremen in this series, but unfortunately, they take the lead, make it 1-0, and just before the break, do have the advantage. So Werder Bremen 1, Hamburg 0. Danny Carvajal's shot there on the stroke of half-time went over the bar and behind for a goal kick. And at the break, as you can see right here, the stats were pretty balanced. It wasn't even first half, but they were leading by the goal to 0. And in the second half here, 6 minutes after the restart, Angel Correa was played forward, and I tried to chip the goalkeeper because I thought the flag was going to go up, and it didn't. And I missed a huge opportunity there because I thought Correa was going to be flagged offside, and he wasn't. So still Werder Bremen 1, Hamburg 0. And just past the hour mark, another great chance here, but the goalkeeper made a great save as this shot was on target but turned behind for a corner. And from that corner, it's crossed into the centre. It was flicked on by Ashton Gutz, and how about this? Werder Bremen failed to clear the ball away. We got onto it with Maximilian Meyer, put the ball into the back of the net, but the referee gave a free kick against us there. And I actually thought the Werder Bremen man just miskicked the ball. I don't think there was any contact, but the referee said there was, and subsequently gave the free kick. And the final chance fell to Werder Bremen with a minute to go. They hit the post from this strike from just outside the area, and it was how the game would finish. Final score, Werder Bremen 1, Hamburg 0, and we lose for the first time this season. Our rivals beat us away from home, and again, I do believe it's the first time they've ever beaten us in this series. And unfortunately, we've lost already. Our 100% record is gone after just 3 games. Ujal's only goal of the game separates the sides. I felt a little bit harshly done by. I really feel as though we should have got a point in this game. We should have found an equalising goal from somewhere, but like I said in the SV Darmstadt game, sometimes we just don't seem capable at all of being able to find the back of the net, and that was just one of those games. We had the chances, we had the opportunities, but couldn't find the back of the net to find an equalising goal and prevent us from seeing us get the first loss of this season. So a very disappointing defeat, very frustrated with it, but again, just a sign we have to do far more on the offensive end and score more goals. But that will end today's episode of the Bundesliga Career Mode, guys. So I want to say a massive thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. The final thing you'll see is me offer contracts to 3 of the 5 players that have their contract coming at the end of the year. Those players are Holtby, Young, and Diekmeyer. Holtby and Young accepted new deals. Lewis Holtby's got a double wage increase, that makes sense. He's doubled his wages, now on 80 grand a week, but I think the skipper deserves it. Young's got a new contract, but Diekmeyer declined his. Says he wants a bigger role in the first team, but unfortunately he's not going to get it, so he may well end up leaving the club come the end of the season. But that will end the episode though, so thanks for watching. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please do leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Bundesliga Career Mode very soon.